Dave, as some Democratic state leaders are pushing for a sooner recall election for Governor Gavin Newsom, some officials are speaking out against it.
That's right. Members of the California Association of Clerks and Elections are concerned that elections sooner than late this fall could leave them scrambling.
Our Ashley Zavala explains the issue and another abrupt deadline they may have trouble meeting.
As we've been reporting, Tuesday is the deadline for counties to get their recall cost estimates into the state. With less than a week's notice, the Department of Finance set this deadline in order for counties to get reimbursed for the expenses with this year's state budget. Some county elections officials are hoping that's the only reason for this expedited request.
The Department of Finance is getting out this request to us a little bit early. We're hoping that's for a budgetary standpoint and not for an earlier election standpoint.
President of the California Association of Clerks and Elections Officials, Donna Johnston, says there's still so much to do to prepare for Governor Gavin Newsom's likely recall election.
We were initially planning for something, if it were to be, the recall were to go through in November. Having it pushed all the way up to August would be problematic, I think, at this point.
Johnston says counties are now working to coordinate vote centers and must make time to make sure translators are available and that ballots can be printed and sent.
We have requirements to get ballots out to voters within certain timeframes for our military and overseas voters and so forth. So those, in order for those 45 days, 60-day timelines to be met, we have to have enough time to do what we need to do to get an accurate election put forward.
The concern comes as counties are expected to have their recall election cost estimates in by Tuesday after Memorial Day weekend. The State Department of Finance sent them a letter with less than a week's notice. Elections officials have said if the recall is required to have the same COVID-19 guidelines in place, it could cost about $400 million, making it one of the most expensive elections in state history. But as California is set to drop restrictions throughout the state in about 2 weeks, Johnston says the state has yet to give guidance for election protocols post June 15th.
This time, that's the big unknown, and that's what's difficult in estimating by the counties because we don't know if we're going to be following under COVID protocols or not. So that's one of the big issues. We do know it's going to be an all vote by mail election. There's just too many unknowns at this point.
Johnston says her association is reaching out to counties across California before possibly requesting an extension to Tuesday's deadline. In Sacramento, Ashley Zavala, KRON 4 News.